Trish. Welcome back to my channel. Today I got the idea to try something that is not a family favorite. I don't even know if this will work, but several of my viewers reached out and said that they don't have an oven, but they would like to make bread. And I thought, why not try and make it in a crock pot? We make so many other wonderful things. I think we could do it. So let's give it a go and find out. I've already gotten started with our yeast, and you should always proof your yeast. I've taken a packet of the instant yeast and added a sweetener and warm but not hot water. And it's got a wonderful head of bubbles on it, just like a soda or a beer. And that's exactly what you want. If it doesn't bubble up like that, throw it out and start over because your bread is not going to rise. That is a great packet of yeast. And then I'm going to use King Arthur bread flour. This is my absolute favorite, and this is a real low-tech thing I'm doing today because I want my recipes to be accessible to everybody. Not everyone has a KitchenAid, nor do you need one. We struggled for a lot of years early in my marriage, like 15 years, and making bread was a necessity. It wasn't just a quaint little thing that we picked up during the pandemic. It costs $5 or $6 a loaf, and you can buy an entire bag of flour for $5 and make 7 or 8 loaves out of that. So it's a really good skill to have, and it's something you should do. Which brings me to my next point. I am dressed in this old hoodie, which I just love, but it's atrocious. When I come back, I might be in something else because I fit my bread making in between my other household chores. And I'm going to be cleaning bathrooms. I need to bathe my dog. I need to catch up on laundry. And I may shower between here and there, and I would change my clothes. So I am adding just regular table salt to the bread. You're going to like it better if you do. Unless there's a reason, like your doctor told you not to eat so much salt, add some salt and give it like 2 good spoonfuls at least. Then you're going to add your yeast. And that was about half a cup of water. And I'm going to mix this up. I've got my backup large spoon just in case I need it. And it doesn't matter what type of sweetener you use as long as it's got real sugar in it. So today I used blue agave sweetener. This is also warm water. Now, from what I saw online, other ladies were putting oil into their dough, and I'm not going to do that. It's been my experience that if I put oil in it, that it doesn't rise as well, and I like a really fluffy bread. So you can take that information and do what you want with it. And measurements are not that important with bread. Bread is just about the most forgiving thing you could possibly make. I'm going to estimate I have 4 cups of flour in here. It's more about texture. You want to make sure you've got the right texture. Okay, this is what it looks like right now. It's semi-dry, and because I want to make this accessible for ladies and gentlemen who may not have access to an oven right now, I'm going to let it rise right where it is. Let's see, we'll put this lid on top of it so it stays dust-free, gets a little bit warm, and we'll just let it sit in the sunshine for about 2 hours, and we'll come back and see how we've done. We said that we were going to give this 2 hours, and it's only been about 1, but my kitchen is particularly warm today. So we are going to go ahead and proceed with the next step. I am going to wet my hands. I like that I don't use any oil in my bread. I think that it makes it lighter and fluffier. And to pull it away from the bowl, I just wet my hands. You can also use a little more flour if you would rather go that route. Now, I don't want to undo all the nice bubbles that we have in here. So I've got this sufficiently wet, and I've made a nice little ball of it, and I'm taking the sides and tucking it in underneath. And then I've pre-cut this paper to an approximate circle. It's not perfect, and that's okay. But I love to use baking paper because my bread and everything else comes out so much easier. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put this in my crock pot in the paper. There we go. And I'm going to fold it so that there aren't as many creases in the bread. And I'm going to let this go ahead and rise for about another hour. And I haven't tried this before, so I don't know how this will work, but I think that we're going to give it about 2 hours on low and see how we do with that to bake it. For this next step, I am not going to heat the pan at all. Again, I like to proof my bread in the oven, but we're trying to come up with something that'll work for someone who doesn't have an oven available to them right now, so they can enjoy fresh made bread. Crock pots are pretty easy to come by. You can get one at Walmart if you're in the US, and they don't cost very much. And a thing that I just learned about is that our library has a supply lending side. So you can borrow things like a crock pot or a vegetable steamer or a blender. And I think that that is wonderful. You know, there might be only 1 or 2 times a year that you have need for something specialized like that, and you don't want to go out and purchase it. So check with your library and see if they'll lend you one. This is how I've arranged the paper, and I'm going to let this go ahead and rise for about an hour. I just got back from the dog park. It's only been about an hour, but my kitchen is warm today, and this has risen pretty substantially. So all I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to turn the heat on low, and I'm going to put a towel on the inside to absorb the moisture. There we go. I'm going to check on that in about an hour and see how it's going. We have given this 2 hours at low heat and covered with a towel, and it is coming along, but it's going to need a little more time.
What are you doing, Trish?
We're going over to the neighbors to watch a movie, and my bread isn't done yet, so I'm going to take it with me and plug it in at their house. Okay, here we are at the neighbor's house. They invited us over for a movie, and they didn't know that they were going to be involved in my cooking video. Let's bring the camera in. We'll look at this. This has been in the crock pot for, let's see, it's almost 8 o'clock since 5. And it looks like it's doing a pretty good job, really. It's kind of got the consistency of a bagel. And it looks like it's browning on the sides. So what I'm going to do, because I want to make this recipe accessible for everybody, I am actually going to flip this over and give it about 30 minutes upside down. Now keep in mind this is an experiment for me too. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put parchment on top of this, and I'm going to leave part of it on the side so it doesn't burn. flip it over, put it in here. Okay, and I'm gonna put my towel back on. We'll give that about 30 minutes. We'll see what happens. Well, I'm not at home and I've never made this before, so I guess we're gonna find out what happens. Put it upside down and I'm gonna give the camera to my husband so he can film this while I try and figure out what's going on. Okay, I don't know if this will work, but we'll see. We'll put this over here on the cutting board. And we'll peel the paper off it. So here's the finished product, and it didn't really brown on top. I didn't expect that it would, but the side does look kind of brown, and I'm really impressed for a first effort. I think I'm going to slice into this and see what it looks like. Well, look at that. I'm actually really impressed. That looks beautiful. I think we'll slather some butter on that and see how it tastes. Oh, I'm really impressed. That turned out a lot better than I expected even. Look at that, that's really pretty. Yeah, that could work. So we now know that if you don't have an oven, you can definitely use the crock pot. Okay, I'll give it a try. That's good.